All right, so today's video is going to be what we do and what we focus on when you become a client of Organic Outbound. Now, the very first thing that I find as we onboard many agency owners, we start off with how is sales going? All right, sales is the number one thing when it comes to any business, and it's a sector of the business that I find a lot of people neglect, and they put it off to the side and say, sales is not too important right now. What's important is fulfillment. And although fulfillment is very important, getting client results is very, very important, the very first area of focus is that we should get more sales, right? With more sales, you have more capital to then invest more into your product, which then helps you get more client results. And so I have a lot of people saying, well, Caleb, if I only focus on fulfillment or if I only focus on sales, I'm not going to be able to worry about the fulfillment. I'm not going to be able to make the product better. And I want to take apart that belief, because when you get more sales, right? Or let's use this example. Let's say that you're not onboarding a lot of clients. And by not a lot of clients a month for an agency, I would say you're onboarding less than 5 clients, 6 clients in a given month. When you onboard that volume of new clients, you're not able to reiterate and test more things when it comes to fulfillment, which usually is the bottleneck with most businesses, right? They're not able to reiterate, they're not able to make innovations with their service, with their product, because of the fact that there's not enough of a bigger sample size to be able to deal with. And so, at this point of our company, we've onboarded 10 agency owners in a very short period of time. And what's going to happen is that when we onboard them and we start to fulfill for them, we're going to be able to have a bigger sample size to deal with. We're going to be able to look at 10 different industries and see, okay, what are the common foundational things that we need to cover in order to set more appointments. And that allows us to have a better product, improve the product, and make it better and better over time. But let's use this example. If I didn't focus on sales, let's say I just brought in one new client, and I focused on fulfillment for the rest of my time, for the past 3 weeks. And so we didn't onboard 10 clients, we just onboarded one. Well, now I'm limited to just one niche. I'm limited to one business. I'm limited to one sample to run the science experiment. And this is how I view business. It's just a science experiment. So when I put somebody in, what comes out? Right? But if I can if I can back it up with data and increase the number of new clients that come in, wow, the amount of insights, the amount of knowledge, the amount of the big enough of a sample size I'm able to deal with, the more variables I can look at, and the faster I can find a solution, right? And so sales is the number one thing. And so when every client decides to join Organic Outbound, the first thing that we look at is how many appointments are you getting per week? How many sales are you getting per week? And what can we make better, right? And usually the third factor in making it better is just going to be more volume. All right, we have to find a channel that we can produce enough volume that we can scale that gets a tangible result, and that's very predictable in terms of appointments that we can generate. Okay, some niches it might be cold email, some niches it might be Facebook, some niches it might just be straight cold calling, but finding that area of vehicle, and usually it's outbound prospecting, right? If you don't have a lot of money, you're kind of stuck at the number of appointments that you can generate. So what we look to do is, okay, how can we do more outbound prospecting, save a bit of money when it comes to the money that you would spend in advertising, and be able to allocate that budget in a much more budget effective way for you to get a bigger outcome. So every new client that comes in with us, we'll look at your sales volume, and we'll look at your marketing system, and we'll see if it's producing right now, how can we make it better? If it's not producing, right, we have to look at how do we build a new infrastructure for you to be able to solve that problem. Okay, so if you're at any stage of the agency business, sales will always be of question, and so we want to help you kind of bridge that gap. Right? If you're only onboarding 5 new clients, let's look at how we can onboard 10. And a lot of it, again, is going to come down to just building the right team, having the right systems, and being able to use the right channels to then send out enough volume to then book enough appointments. So that's, in short, what I wanted to cover. The very first thing that every client goes through is how many new sales are you getting and how can we increase that number? All right. Happy Tuesday and catch you guys soon. Bye.